Hi, my name is Orin Martin. I work here at the UCSC Farm and Garden, have for a number of years. Today we're going to talk about things in the propagation zone. We're going to start off with mixes. As good soil is the portal to good growing in the ground, the same thing is true in the greenhouse with mixes. A good mix is foundational. It's going to make your job of raising seedlings a lot easier. So what we have here on my left is a already made up mix. We have a kind of a two-path route to sowing seeds and growing seedlings here. One is in plug trays and one is in wooden flats. And we have two different mixes for the two different containers. On my left, a speedling mix. On my right, a flat mix. They have many of the same ingredients in them, but there are differences. Principally, if you're growing in a plug tray, you need to have constituents in your mix that are going to help bind and hold the root mass together. Those usually devolve to bought-in mined materials, things like cocoa peat or peat moss, things like vermiculite. These things are costly out of pocket, and have some environmental costs, negative ones I might add, associated with them. But they kind of are requisite to get what you want in terms of a knit root ball. Some of the ingredients that you could use, and let's just say these are the ingredients that we're using at the present times in various proportions. They work well, they meet needs. They're not the only ingredients that you can use. So our mixes are biologically alive, active, and it's kind of both has science behind it and philosophy behind it. The idea is using compost and soil. A lot of farms don't. These are, again, biologically active. They contain a number of beneficial microbes, principally bacteria and fungi, but not exclusively so. And it's about trying to get soil biology to work for you. These beneficial organisms actually predate on pathogenic organisms in the mix, and they occupy space. They, in numbers, occupy the niche, get the resources, and don't allow pathogenic organisms to come in. So we have compost, and you would do well to get a soil lab analysis of your compost at the outset so you know what's in your compost. Soil, and again, the caveat here is a good, improved soil. If you don't have a soil that has good structure to it, don't use it, omit it, but we do. Sand as a drainage element, so the compost and the soil have this biologically active element to them. They also obviously provide structure and nutrients. Sand is simply, this is an unwashed fill sand, a coarse sand, and it simply adds both drainage and, unfortunately, weight to the mix. Going a little lighter here, another drainage element would be perlite, which is a mined volcanic rock. Again, a mining process is an environmentally negative process, and the processing, shipping, bagging, etc., environmental costs that are associated here, but it imparts drainage and is very light. Vermiculite is an amazing product. It's a lot like peat in that it is very moisture retentive, but it has a plate-like structure that allows it to hold water like peat, but also to hold and exchange nutrients. It also carries a lot of potassium and magnesium. And these days we're using a substitute. Formerly we used peat moss. We're using cocoa peat, which is a byproduct of coconut shredding. And it has a lot of the same properties that peat moss does, but you're not disturbing plant community as we are when we mine peat moss. So cocoa peat is water absorptive, and it, like peat, is a good environment for a lot of beneficial bacteria, particularly bacteria, again, that predate on damping off organisms. So that's an overview of the ingredients we use here. In the manual is the specific recipes we're using at the present time. Keep in mind, those are the specific recipes we're using at the present time. You may wish to add, delete, this and that.